Hey guys, how's it going? Thomas Baca here with Matt. We're gonna do a buzz cut. This is it right here, and check it out. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And guys, I hope you enjoy that I've been putting up content for you and everything else. He's gonna get a beard trim, and I'm gonna do some real cleanup of his eyebrows. That'll be off camera. Sorry about that, but we want to listen to some music and everything too. But you guys will get this buzz cut right here. Watch, look, this is going to be a razor fade. You guys can see it. You guys said you wanted the transformation from... Guys, I use JRL clippers. This is what I use right here. Just to give you guys an idea, I'm using JRL clippers. I use Mizutani scissors, not on this haircut. I use an Irving Barber Company straight blade. I'll show that to you guys as soon as I break it out. And I have my trimmers that I use right here. These are from Style Craft, Style Complete, whatever it is. I like those. These are the ones I use. They're very expensive. They're very good. And then the JRL clippers are the ones I like. Guys, I have also, look, in my setup, you can't see it back here just yet, but I mean, I have this. I have tons of stuff. I have like 15 pairs of clippers in that drawer alone. I'll do a video, guys, taking you guys on a tour of the shop and everything. Let you guys check it out. But for now, let's get back to this haircut that we're doing. Guys, look, what I do is I take the hair and I really bald it. Look, I go every way. I make sure that it's completely even on top. Look, I can even cross and go a different way. I really make sure this is perfect on top. That's the first step of any kind of, buzz cut, razor fade, or any of that. Let's really, really clean this area that we're going to be working with. And then look, I don't have to go all the way to the bottom if I don't want. I can come right here. I know where I'm going to start the blend on Matt. Guys, I've cut his hair for 10 years, so it's like I'm very used to his hair. And watch, look, take these right here. Look, see where the hair comes here? I'm going to show you guys something important. See where the hair goes here, stops here, and goes down here? Just to give you an idea, that's a mid fade right here. So look, where this point starts right here, that's a mid fade. If you want to do a low fade, it could be anywhere from here to here, or, low mid right there, goes into a mid here. You can do stuff there. Then it goes into a high and high and tight. But this is a mid fade right here. Without it being a drop fade or without it doing anything, this is the mid fade. Look, if I want to, I do the mid fade like that. I start it right here, and then I can come straight across here, and I know that this plant's right here. And then I come right over here, and look, I'll show you. I could meet them right in the center in the back. So I come right over here. This one just goes right here. This chair turns here. Someone had asked me why I walk around the client and why I don't just spin the chair. I can spin the chair, guys. Look, if I want to cut his hair here, like, I'll show you something. Look, I'm cutting his hair here. This is for, the people that say, oh, how come you don't spin the chair? And because I've been barbering for, over 21 years. And so, look, here's this. Cool, I haven't walked around. Matt comes over here, and I spin him over here, and he's here, and I can go like that. Yes, I can do it, guys. Yes, it saves you steps. Yes, it makes sense. But please allow me to barber the way that I want to barber. And I, look, I'll give you this little secret too. Sometimes when I walk around him and I come over to this direction and I'm doing that, I catch a view and I look. So I get to see my masterpiece from that angle. But there's no wrong or right, guys. You want to spin the chair and get your client dizzy in the seat, or you want to spin it and he likes it, or do it. That's part of barbering is, do whatever you want. Whatever you do, though, make sure it's the best of your ability. I'll show you how I do this cut, and you'll be able to see it. And Hey guys, he's been here 10 years and that was brought to my attention today. I obviously knew that he's been here a very long time. Today though, after his razor fade that he pays for and everything, I'm definitely gonna hook him up with a free beard trim and an eyebrow. Who leave in the comments, who wouldn't do that? 10 years. It's like, geez, that is a long time. Leave in the comments if I should even do something more than that. But it's like, that's a long time, guys. You should at least hook him up with that. Now I'm realizing how old I am. Guys, look how easy it is to fade. There's no editing, no tricks, no nothing. Just look how easy it is to fade. It's a trip. Every barber should be making 100 grand out there a year. And I'll show you the easy mathematics to even making a tiny bit more than that. It's going to be $50 a haircut, and it's going to be 10 haircuts a day, equals $2,500 a week, which equals $10,000 a month, which equals $120,000 a year. I've even given you 2 days off. So for those of you that if you're not cracking 75 or whatever, it's like, damn. But this is for some of the barbers out there or that swear that you can't make 100 grand a year. It's like, dude, I don't understand. I could show you my taxes, but also I don't understand how you can't make 100 grand a year doing that. You saw the mathematics. What are you charging? $10 a haircut? It's like, dude, get your math better. Implement a tiny bit of math with your barbering. Go write it down. If you want to make 120,000 a year, go follow that strategy. Imagine what it is if you work 7 days a week. And any barber could make that money. You don't have to own a shop. So if you guys are going to be like, oh, you own a shop, that's why you made, it's like, I'll go, look, I'm going to break it down to you real simple. I know an individual who booth rents for $800. I pay way more in rent over here than $800. So I could go booth rent somewhere for $800, take the same exact show that I have now and do the same exact haircuts. I could make more. So I'm just saying there's no excuse. Unless you're on a percentage, then it's going to be harder for you to, scale that. But along with percentage, they're giving you clients, and so you could bust a percentage and then go to booth rent. And that's the way I like to do it. I get started on percentage and then shoot to booth rent. But guys, get started on percentage, and then if they don't give you the booth rent that you desire, go open up your own spot. Look, there's Solaris Spa and Studio, whatever it is, where they set the whole barbershop up for you. All you literally have to do, Matt, is go rent the room. They have all the shit there for you. It's a barbershop or salon on training wheels.
Yeah.
That's still better than working for someone. Unless you're in an elite shop, then that's going to be better.
Yeah.
If you're in an elite shop, then you can utilize that shop to grow. So like grow yourself. How do I grow myself? You guys stay at the shop all day. If it's slow, stay there all day anyway. Someone's going to walk in, you're going to bag that cut. If your cut's good, then they're going to come back. Don't start off with high prices either. Make your way to that level. So even if you're worth a high price, keep your price down when you first start so you can get some interest in the seat. And then once people have that interest in the seat, then you can start to take control on the pricing and everything else that you do. But gain some interest in the seat first. That way people could know that you do have some value there. If you just start off high and nobody knows anything about you, it's harder for them to trust you. But I mean, go start off at $18 a cut and then, go up to 25, go up to whatever after that. And it's an easy way
I think we started like 35 maybe.
Yeah. And it went up double.
Yeah.
See what I mean? So it's like, but it should. At 30, look, a long time ago, I got 45 out of the house 7 years ago. That's how I knew that it wasn't. But guys, you have to, when starting an actual business, you can't just do that. You gotta, you have to set it up. So, I mean, you got to put the work in. Look, hey guys, you guys want to talk shit? The first year I made $19,000. That's nothing. So, I mean, that you deserve to, you made 19 grand the first year. Who's okay with doing that? I was homeless for the first 2 years that I had the shop, first 3 years. So I'm saying it's, you can go to you can build it and do it. Or are you willing to do 19,000 the first year? Because that's going to be a big part of it. And if you're willing to do that, then the process is easy. And you don't have to work 7 days a week. Look, I choose to because I'm an idiot. I don't give a fuck. I'm all that shit. But it's for those of you that have kids out there and a family, and you also want to live life too. You can do that. 5 days a week, guys. Go make one of your days that you're open for a little while. Do it on a Monday, since I know you guys are not going to do a Sunday. Whoever has superior integrity and you do that Sunday, you'll be the one that's rich. But for the rest that want to be normal and still want to be high performing, you do the Monday, dude. Kids are at school on Monday. Could all these barbers want to have all this time off? That's big hindrance. And for those of you losers that say it's not about the money, you guys are the ones that get up for the fucking smallest paycheck I've ever seen in my fucking life every day. So it's fucking, if it ain't about the money, go take your bitch ass to McDonald's. And then they're hiring. Of course it's about the money. That's why we come to work. We don't come to work for free. Look, guys, if it wasn't about the money, I'd be at home playing a goddamn video game. Smoking pot on the couch. I actually may go do that anyway. You guys are all winners out there. That's the main thing that I wanted to tell you guys. And every one of you out there is way better than I am. So that's the only reason I tell you this, because you guys are all better than me. And so it's like you should be able to really, outperform or do whatever. At haircutting, not everyone's better than me, but I'm sure there's some guys out there that are just as good, better, whatever. You really don't have to be the best. Consistency too. Show up, be there every day. Don't cancel the appointments. Don't be drunk and high while you're at work. Look, for those barbers that smoke or whatever, I'm not going to hate on it completely, but know when you're going to do it and when you're not going to do it, dude. I'm not going to have him sitting in the seat while I'm out there having a smoke and he's sitting there with his thumb in his ass. That's ridiculous. So just know when and how and what. Go block, you know, whatever. Go take a quick 5-minute break or. For those of you that are young enough and you do go out, go market yourself. Go out and be sober. You know, you really want people to look at you. Yeah, I wish I got out more. Like just with the, you know, being able to, since you're popular now, you should be out there.
But even though you gotta have a strong presence on social media.
Yeah. There you guys go. Strong presence on social media. That's probably the biggest thing that you
But
guys
also
should.
you don't want to look stupid and be partying up all your damn time.
Yep. Wasting all your money out there and like I'd rather just find a girlfriend. Kick it like that.
The biggest thing though is showing up.
Yep. Yeah, guys, that's honestly the number one thing is showing up. Just show up. That's 90% of the damn battle, dude.
Show up and communication.
That's a good one too. And how would you relate to communication, Matt?
Like people get sick, people have stuff that comes
Oh, yeah.
up, but let them know. I've showed up to barbershops and everyone's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Who are you waiting for?" I'm like, "Oh, this is so and so." Oh, they're not even here, bro. I'm like, "Are you serious?" Like, well, we had an appointment.
I've had that happen too. That's horrible.
Out of the thousands of cuts you've given me, you've canceled once for a good reason, and I was like, not even. I was like, bro, you need to take care of your stuff first.
Yeah, my mom was sick and Matt wanted me to go over there, and that's how I was like, it was the one time. And
I was like, nah, don't even worry, bro. But yeah.
yeah, it's easy to win in this game, but you got to work. I mean, nothing's free. That's where it's like, come on, let's go. Quit picking low-level shops. I'm surprised someone hasn't came over here and tried to. You see how fucking dude? If I saw someone was killing it, I would be right. I'd be wanting to do that same thing. Someone wants some training, come on over and. And look, guys, Matt's beard and everything's going to be private, but I'm going to show him real quick how. Watch, look at that, Matt.
No, that's perfect.
And you like it?
Nah, it's
All right, sick. Oh, yeah.